This week we're diving into a verse that many people know very well, but few truly unpack this verse. Exodus chapter 20 verse 13, which says, "Thou shalt not kill." On the surface, this seems like a very simple verse, but there's a lot more depth than we might realize.
The depth starts in the Hebrew language itself. The word used here for kill is actually ratzach, which is referring to murder, the unauthorized taking of someone's innocent life.
One of the clearest explanations of this is found in Genesis chapter 9 verse 6, which tells us that whosoever sheds the blood of man, by man must his blood be shed. And the reason that this judgment comes upon them is because man is made in the image of God.
Exactly. We aren't just talking about someone taking biological life, but the imago Dei. When someone commits murder, they aren't just attacking a person, they're destroying someone who is uniquely created in the image of God.
It's also a direct challenge against God's sovereignty over time and judgment. Psalm 49 verse 8 tells us that the redemption of souls is precious in the eyes of God, and that timing belongs solely to Him, not to us.
That's a powerful point, because when we take someone's life, we're essentially committing a theft of grace. We are stealing the time that God has granted a person to repent and come to the knowledge of the truth, as Paul describes in 1 Timothy 2.
And we need to remember that murder starts in the heart long before it reaches our hands. Jesus talks about this on the Sermon on the Mount, when he is telling us not to harbor causeless anger on our hearts, for it'll cause us to be subject to judgment.
It really changes the perspective from a list of don'ts to a matter of the heart. If we are called to pray for all men, as Paul exhorts us, we cannot simultaneously hold hatred that devalues people's existence and love in our hearts.
Ultimately, murder is an attempt to sit on God's throne and play the judge. Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 35 tells us that vengeance belongeth unto the Lord, and that he will bring forth justice in its perfect time.
So, thou shalt not kill is really a command to respect God's authority and to trust his timing, and not to let contempt grow in our hearts. It's about recognizing that every life is a gift from the author of life, and taking it without his command is not our authority.
It's a short verse with massive eternal weight to it. Thanks for joining us for this verse, and I hope it gives you a fresh perspective on the sanctity of life this week.